Hello everybody. Let's talk about storing food. If you are planning for a survival situation, for what's called SHTF among the preppers. I personally don't consider myself a really good prepper, but anyway, I guess I'm a nerd and think about stuff like this. I have some examples from different foods you might consider storing for any case of emergency and what I think about it. Of course, you can go for the military stuff, military and civil protection stuff. This is for the price of, in Switzerland, 22 Swiss francs, I'd say, if you buy 1 kilogram. These 500 gram packages I found in online shop for 11 Swiss francs. Or, well, it was Energy 5 and not BP 5. I guess, not sure if they renamed it just or if they changed something. But I said it's roughly the price, 22 Swiss francs 1 kilogram. And you have the 9 bars, 2000. So how many calories per 100 grams? Okay, it says 2,290 kilocalories, or calories in short. It's actually kilocalories, we call calories. And I guess this is for that 500 gram package. So let's calculate this per 100 or per 100 grams. That's usual in Switzerland. You have everything calculated in calories per 100 grams. So 0.1 kilogram. If you have stuff from abroad, it varies on how they calculate. In this case, 2,290 kilocalories divided by 5 means 458 per 100 grams. So that's the BP5, this military and very technical and very nerdy emergency food stuff. For 22 Swiss franc 1 kilogram means 2 Swiss francs 20 per 100 grams. Now we have some chocolate. Okay, that's not really the least expensive one. That's even in Switzerland it's quite a expensive chocolate this way. But it was half price, so let's take half the price. This is 1 Swiss franc 72 per 100 grams. The price is told here in per 100 grams. That's always done in this shop, and I think it's a general rule in Switzerland too. I think it's not required by law, but it's often done. So 172 instead of 220. So how many calories do we have here? Let's check. Here it's, no, that's per portion. Back here we have the food facts. 553 kilocalories per 100 grams. So this means that's 458 here for 2 francs 20, and here for 1 franc 70 you get 553 calories for the same amount. And now we have salted nuts here, salted peanuts. And those are from another shop. And this 1 kilogram package, actually 1 kilogram, it says, this you can get for the price of 3 Swiss francs 1 kilogram. So it's 0.3 Swiss francs for 100 grams. So price wise, this is an absolute winner. 172, 220, 172 and 0.3 for the same amount. Now let's check the food facts. It says 100 grams, 620 kilocalories. So, if it comes to price and energy, you get for 0.30 Swiss francs, you get 620 kilocalories in salted nuts. You get for 1 Swiss franc 72, you get 553 kilocalories in Swiss chocolate, and for 2 Swiss francs 20 you get 458 kilocalories in international military grade emergency food. So, okay, I guess how long can you store the stuff? That's, of course, that's number one. This one is good for 2040, 10 years by the date. And this one I bought last year in about 2016, and it's dated to 2017. So it's 1 year. And chocolate is normally roughly 1 year too. They say February 2017, but I bought it now in February 2017 for half the price. That's because it's close to the end date. So, but a general rule, chocolate is roughly 1 year too. But think about it twice. This is consumer food, but this one is in a sealed package, and all salted nuts can get bad in taste, but they can hardly get bad in quality or poisonous. They nearly can't, as much as chocolate. If it doesn't get some molds, is it said? Those, not mushrooms, some hairy stuff, and and it's hard to get it for the salted nuts anyway, and for the chocolate with so much fat and sugar, it's the same a bit. So you will see if it gets bad, and it will taste bad. And you can say for 0.3 Swiss francs you get more, and I am quite sure it will be okay in case of an emergency a year later too. So if you buy 1 kilogram of this stuff, you pay 3 Swiss francs. For 1 kilogram of this you pay 22 Swiss francs. And if you think about it, what you can do with those things, you can always throw a party and have people eat it. I tried this one. Yeah, it's edible. It's edible, but actually for a party I do very much prefer the peanuts. So honestly, in my opinion, I think I would rather buy lots of bags of those peanuts for 3 francs each than packages of this, BP5 or NRG5 for 22. Well, chocolate of course is in between, but this is so much cheaper and far more natural. After all, this is nuts, salt, oil, roasted. Point. Chocolate is a highly processed, complicated food made of lots of stuff with a couple of additives. So I would say I do prefer this one. We can look what's inside too, because actually it reads the energy, as said, 620 kilocalories per 100 grams. There is fat 50 grams, of course, but in case of an emergency, fat is okay. And unsaturated fats are the major part. Saturated fats just 9 grams, so it means 9%. In those 50% of fat, there are 9% of the whole stuff is saturated fats, which are considered less good than unsaturated fats. Then 14 grams of carbon fiber, so how is it named? Yeah, that's that carbon stuff. 5 grams of sugar, the rest is other, and 7 grams or 7% of the whole stuff is fibers, and 25% proteins. So you have proteins, yeah, and 1% salt. Yeah, okay. It's not that you wouldn't need salt every then and when, but of course you can wash the salt out if you're fed up after some time of eating just those new nuts. And yeah, you shouldn't be allergic against peanuts. That's one of the major problems, of course. But I'm not, so it's not my general problem. So if you aren't allergic, if you are allergic, you should probably buy this stuff here. But I think actually 41 grams of unsaturated fat acids is not really bad fat after all. Of course there is a lot of fat, but if you run around the whole day or looking for shelter or food or hunting, you can use this stuff, you can use this fat. The same with the carbs. And yeah, a little bit of sugar isn't bad. Some salt is not bad as long as you have enough to drink. And then you have a lot of proteins in here. 25% of the whole stuff is proteins. What does it say here? You can probably read it. I do my best to not get in the way. Proteins, 14%, 25% in the peanuts, 14% here. Hydrate de carbone, that's the French one. Great, carbohydrates, it's in English, written in English here, so the carb stuff, that's carbohydrates. So 15% protein, and here 25. Carbohydrates 61.5, here 14. So okay, this is very much on the carbohydrate side. That's different stuff. While the nuts are on the fatty side with 50%, and this one is 17% fat and 61% carbohydrates. So it's meant to be more energy quickly. But with those nuts you still have 14 grams carbohydrates, 5 of each sugar. I would say you can look at either side. This one is more on the carbohydrate side to make you get up quickly. The nuts are more on the fat side. If you are stuck somewhere in a shelter and can't get out, yeah, it's both a bit of a problem. So I would say, considering the price, I would always prefer the peanuts. Considering the composition, yeah, I guess chocolate might be worse. What is it, chocolate? Not at all. 33% fat, just so 1/3 fat, and the nuts have half of it fat. So there's more fat in here, but in chocolate it's 16 of those 33 grams are saturated fats, and in the other there are just 9. So I think the fat in the nuts is far better for your health than the fat in chocolate. So again at the point that chocolate is probably the worst thing, except it may make you happy. And sugar, half of it is sugar of this stuff. Okay, it's caramel, so it's of course that's sugar, that's pure sugar. So this is a bit worse in sugar than normal chocolate. Fibers is negligible in this case, 2 grams. So here the nuts win, and here they don't say anything about fibers, so probably they have none, because 16, 14 and 17, that makes about 100. So I'd say this, the nuts have quite a good composition of healthy fat, fibers and lots of protein. So again, I'd go for the nuts. Yeah, maybe they don't last 10 years in storage, but they only cost 3 francs a kilogram instead of 22. So you can buy nearly 10 bags of those for the price of, yeah, you can buy, yeah, not 10 kilograms, but 8 kilograms of about something like this from the peanuts for the price of 1 kilogram of this food here, this special food. So yeah, so I guess that's it for today. Thank you and bye bye. And by the way, if you want food that is unprocessed, you can buy a bag of walnuts. And those stuff last for years too. I did not check the nutritious facts, but I'd say nuts in general are nature's emergency food number 1.